Hello and welcome to Whatever Happened to the Gentleman. I am your host, SMr&x. I am a little late with this. I never did an introductory episode, and mainly because I didn't really know what this podcast was going to be. I knew that I had a lot of knowledge and I knew that I wanted to help people with that knowledge, but I wasn't really clear on what I was doing. So I just was kind of winging it. And now that I've done quite a few episodes, I feel that now is probably the time to do my introduction episode. So anyone that's listening that is thinking about doing a podcast, obviously this podcast is not about making your own podcast, but if you are thinking about doing a podcast, I was at an event a while ago where Rob Moore was a speaker and was talking about podcasts, and I believe he said that you should record at least 6 episodes before you even go live. And absolutely take that advice, don't do what I did and start randomly winging it. Do the episodes and then you can do your introductory episode and it actually go first in the queue instead of 11th in the queue, which is what I am doing right now. I have been passionate about healthy relationships and healthy sex for a really long time. I fell into this work. It was because I realised I was actually quite good at talking to people, and there's a whole story behind that. And if you attend any of my live workshops, you will hear that whole story and it's really inspirational. Normally I cry, but there's a big story behind it. When I started to learn about healthy relationships, I realised I wasn't in one. And again, a whole story about that. I believe that this stuff should be taught in school. I believe that you should learn how to talk to people in school, that you should do classes on what a healthy relationship is, what healthy sex is. And I don't just mean sex education, where they teach you about safety in terms of not getting pregnant and not getting STDs. I mean healthy sex that both people enjoy. They should teach about consent and all of that stuff. They should teach how to argue appropriately that doesn't end up in a screaming match. That's the sort of stuff they should teach in school. I'm not sure, and there'll be people that really disagree with me here, but I don't really think Pythagoras' theorem is more important than learning how to argue with your partner. That's my thoughts on it. But the reason that I kind of started the podcast was because I think that we are in what I have been calling a loneliness epidemic. More people than ever are staying single or struggling to find people. More people than ever are having less children. I don't know whether that is part of the cause because people aren't meeting people until later on, or whether it's simply because of money. I don't know. I've not looked at the statistic, but I wanted to give out the stuff that basically you didn't learn in school, and I went and did a whole degree to learn how to teach this to people, and you all deserve to have. What I didn't realise when I started it, or after I started it, was the amount of females that enjoyed the episodes. So I originally thought that it was just for men, because I've worked predominantly with men on healthy relationship. I have worked with some women, but because I'm quite straight talking and to the point, not all women always appreciate that. After having done quite a few episodes now, I have had people contact me and say, Sam, what about Earth? Why are you only talking about men? So I've decided to do a bit of a switch with the podcast, and I'm just going to be talking to all people. It doesn't matter whether you identify as male, female, it's for all of you. I want to bring this to everyone because everyone deserves to feel happy. So what I'll say with that is any of the previous episodes that you've listened to or thought about listening to and you listen to the beginning of it and it said, I'm here as a men's healthy relationship. I'm here as a men's dating coach. Just ignore the word men's and listen to the episode, because actually it is relevant. Certainly my first ever episode, Shy to Suave, is a really, really good starting point regardless of what gender you are. And I give some very good practical tips on how to build your confidence. Anyway, that is all. I'm just here doing my introductory episode that I should have done when I first started. I'm SMr&x. This is Whatever Happened to the Gentleman. I will speak to you very, very soon.